Today I want to talk about how to deal with having too many ideas. If you're like me, you have a great idea. Just one of the many brilliant ideas in your brain, and you start working on it only to discover that, I'm not that passionate about this topic. The idea itself is not that good. I don't really want to spend more time on it, but I've already spent so much time on it that the sunk cost is kind of making me feel bad. I feel like I should finish it, and people make you feel guilty that you're not finishing it. So that is what we're going to deal with today. I'm going to talk about a technique you could use, that I'm trying to use myself, for how to actually put these ideas on paper, test them out properly before committing a whole lot of time into it. That's coming right up. Stay tuned. Ideas are useless. They are worth nothing. The fact that you have a lot stored away in your head has no value to anybody. So there is no point hoarding it. So we need to get into that frame of mind right away. You're not rationing it. It's not food. You can't ration it for another day, and a lot of ideas, good or bad, they expire as well. If you don't write it down, you kind of forget about it, good or bad. It just fades away in your brain. Be able to mark down your ideas when you have them, note them down, and then test them out. See if they're worth pursuing. See if they're worth being a part of a larger project. It can often feel very overwhelming when you have a lot of ideas. I'm an idea guy. Ideas just come easily to me, and it's when you're pursuing one idea, what's really happening is you're saying no to a bunch of other ideas. So it is important that you pick the right one. It's not like a marriage or a job or finding a place to live, but it's probably the fourth most important thing if you're a writer. And so recently I decided to, just take all the ideas in my head, make sure it's in some physical form, whether I write it down in a notepad on a computer or I write it down in a physical notepad like this one right here. The technique I want to talk about today is about getting it into a physical notepad. I think this is very important because it gets lost when it's in the digital form. You really do have to bring it into the physical realm for you to actually play around with it. First, I get a notebook. It could be a used one, it could be a new one, really doesn't matter, just as long as there's free pages for you to write on. Doesn't matter if it's lined, doesn't matter if it's how it's bound. Just get a notebook of some sort, and on each page I will write down my idea. It could be the header, it could be the title, it could be a question. Get your idea in some form onto the page. I would then leave a page and the back of the page, a page and a half, 2 pages. That will give me the space to expand on the idea. It could rather be an outline. I could start writing the first few paragraphs. I could just start the story. I could write the characters. I could do whatever I have to do to sort of build upon this idea. And I'll flip it, go to the next page, and then I'll write down the next idea, the next title, the next question, the next whatever situation that I want to build this story around, this idea, this topic. So I keep doing that. Every idea that I have, just keep writing it down until the book is filled or I feel like all my ideas are now on paper in some form. So essentially what I have now is a big book of writing prompts, but instead of writing prompts from other people, they're my writing prompts, they're my ideas. What I need to do now is find time, once a day, once a week, however long I could commit to it, open up to a new idea. Here's a new one right here. And I will start just writing about it, writing the outline, writing just thoughts I have about this topic. And eventually what will happen is I will run out of space. I'll run out of steam, I'll run out of space, and that is when I get to decide do I want to transfer this idea to a larger project? Do I feel like there's more to work on? Or can I bring this idea into a work in progress? Or maybe I feel like now is not the right time. I'll come back to it later. I have many more ideas to test out. Simply flip it to the next one, start working on the next one the next day, the next week, whenever you want. There's no rules to this, except for one. There is one rule. You need to respect the process. So the way I do it is I work in order. However I wrote down my ideas, in which order, I will work chronologically through the pages. It's not, to me, it doesn't feel right to simply skip from ideas to ideas that I feel, inspired in the moment to work on, because that defeats the point of testing it out. When you are writing, you need that discipline to, even when you don't feel like working on that project, if it is a part of a larger project, you need to work on it. So if you don't feel like working on it right now, that's when you need to test it out the most. Those are the barriers that you're gonna face when you you just have to write a paragraph or two. It doesn't have to be long, just get it over with. But if you can't do that at all, then it's gonna be a struggle. You can't just skip to the ones you enjoy, because eventually you're not gonna enjoy any of it. If you know what you want to do, just go and do that. But this is if you have too many ideas. I hope that's clear. I feel like I'm just yelling at myself right now. I find this to be a great writing exercise, especially on the days where I don't feel like diving into a big project, or if I don't have a lot of time to dive into a big project. I feel like this is like a light workout. It's like going to the gym for like 30 minutes. It's like doing a 5K run. It makes me feel less guilty about myself if at least I work on something like this. And it's also a great way to just test out my own feelings towards an idea that I had that one time, It really gives it a chance. And most importantly, at the end, you'll have a book full of ideas pursued, and not just simply ideas in your head. And that's great, because now you could just open up this book and now you could pick one. You could read it through, and you're like, this has something in it. This had something in it. And I'm gonna take it on. I'm gonna put some time into it, and I'm gonna see what it becomes. And it's tested. You know what you're gonna get. You know where to start, and hopefully you're less overwhelmed. So give this technique a try. I don't really have a name for it. The writing prompt book technique. Give it a shot. Let me know what you think. And if you want more ideas and inspiration on writing, creating, please subscribe to this channel. I hope to see you soon. There's more videos to come. All the best. I'll see you later. Bye.